All right, Justin, we're going to do a quick old man tutorial for you. First part starts like this. It's like D chord, slide it up to the 5th fret, remove the ring finger. To the D. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Alright, next part is D, F, C, and I recommend playing it with the G string covered as well up here. This shape for this C, and then G. So it's like this. So that's part. It's like, oh man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Next line it goes like this. D, F, C, back to the F, and then the G at the very end. Back to the D. So it's like this. So 24. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Yeah. Love lost such a cost. Back to the first version. Think of things that don't get lost. And then on the fourth line right here in the chorus, it changes again. Starts with the D, but I'm all up. And then you go to the C. So you go from the D to the C. Alone at last. Back to the F. Rolling home to you. And finish on the G. Alright, so remember, in that verse, 4 separate lines. First line and the third line are the same. The second and the fourth vary. So it's like, oh man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Yeah, love lost such a cost. Think of things that don't get lost. Like a coin that won't get tossed. Rolling home to you. Next part. Do the D like that. Or it's like this. And then you go to, I said A on the phone, but it's actually an A minor with the middle note missing. And that's, don't know what that note is, but that's like total Neil Young. And then what you do from there is you go to an E minor, but play the E minor, leave your ring finger, your middle finger right there, and just bring up your index finger to make the E minor. Normally, I usually play an E minor with my ring finger and my middle finger, but in this case, just leave your middle finger there and bring the index finger up to play that E minor, and then you're going to add a note after you play the E minor once. You're going to add your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the, whatever, the second to the top string is. And then from there, you're going to get that little G right before the change again. Just like you did in the verse, in the second line of the verse where you had that G right before the end. You do the same thing. So it's like this. So it's like, so notice how I get to that second note, and then I get to the E minor, and then I immediately add the, and then you get that quick G. So that's the toughest part in the song, is like making that little rhythmic transition. It's like one after you do the first verse and chorus, it goes straight back into the main riff. Yeah, and now you're going to be able to play it. Ciao.